What's up, everybody watching the recording? Today is the 5th meeting of the efficiency group. So I'm just setting that up right now. Because EGA meeting number 5. And I need to copy this link so that people can join. Awesome. Okay. Now I need to start the Zoom call. Join with computer audio. Looks good. Now let's share. Copy URL, copy invitation, copy URL. Now I need to go into the Discord chat. Why is this still here? Silly Zoom. Need to go to EGA. I'm live now, everybody. You can join the call at this link. Woohoo! And I'm actually like 12 minutes early, so it's going to take a while. So if any of you guys are watching, I know it's super early right now. It's like 6:40. I can't believe I'm up and doing a live stream at like 7 a.m. That's freaking weird. My life is changing a lot. I can't even tell if anyone's here. Okay, I gotta pull up the chat on my phone. So I'm doing that now. YouTube live dashboard. YouTube. Done. Done. Library. My video. And I should be able to see the live stream if I go to my YouTube channel. But I can't right now. Okay. Let's go. How do I actually get to my YouTube channel? I'm not used to using mobile. I apologize. All right, here we go. Aha, there we go. Now I can see the video. Hey, there is somebody here. What's up, man? S Cube, how you doing? Good to see that you're here. We got like 10 minutes before the others get here, or the other one person. There was 2 people in the group, but Simon hasn't been showing up. It's so sad. If you can tell by my voice, I'm actually sick at the moment. So, all right, I have the chat. I got the chat on my phone, so I can see what you guys are saying. I sent out the link to the group. This is the Zoom call that you're seeing right now. So I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready. Pretty sure. Let's see. Yeah. It's good to hear you're doing well. That's awesome. Do you want to ask any questions? Can I like, you have 10 minutes with me basically, because I don't think anyone else is going to be here. So we can talk about anything you want. Oh, there's another person. That looks like a whole sentence too. Hey, Fabian. Oh, that's funny. One of my close friends, his name's Flavio, and his son's name is Fabian. Good to see you. Yeah, so I do these live streams every Friday now. Basically, my YouTube channel didn't have live streams in it, which is, like, as far as a YouTube channel goes, not having live streams is like having a giant gaping hole in your YouTube channel. It's really important to have live streams because YouTube kind of prefers live streams, and the act of live streaming and allows you to engage with your audience better, and it also ends up producing a video for your channel. So, like in a perfect world, you would live stream all of your content and then just have it be produced that way, because then people can interact with you while you're making it, and then there's an end result that people can watch, aka a video, right? So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I do these every Friday. There's a link in the chat. You can actually join this call. This is a Zoom call that you're seeing my face on, because like, see, I can change this. All you guys are seeing is my desktop, whatever I'm looking at. So I'm looking at the Zoom call, and it just looks like it's my image because I'm the only person in this call right now. The others will get here, or Jason will get here, like 7:10, somewhere around there. So we got some time still. But yeah, I do these every Friday. Hey, Johnny. Good to see you, man. How you doing? I don't know what to talk about, guys. I could tell you what's going on with my YouTube channel because I'm like changing a lot of stuff. I'm also doing Skillshare stuff, but Well, like all my videos now are about Skillshare. Oh, I love that platform so much. It's scary. You were in Antarctica? Holy shit! That's great. My cousin actually, he's talking about going there to do like be part of a refueling crew. I don't know what that means, but why were you in Antarctica? There's not very many reasons to go to Antarctica, are there? 15 days? Nice. That's the complete opposite of being in Nicaragua for 15 days. Antarctica's like the kind of cold where you can spit and it freezes before it hits the ground, right? A cruise? Cruises go to Antarctica? I'm confused. I'm really confused right now. I thought only scientists went to Antarctica. Oh, okay, so you went to Antarctica on the cruise because then the cruise can say that it went to every single continent. Wait, you said 7. I'm assuming there are 7 continents. I don't actually remember. That's bad. I should look that up. What? I thought Antarctica was always cold. 30 or 45 degrees doesn't sound very cold for Antarctica. I want to learn more about Antarctica now. What are the seasons like in Antarctica? I wish I could play YouTube videos on a live stream. That would be great. 2 polar seasons. Tilt, orbit, less energy and heat from the sun. 2 polar seasons, summer and winter. In summer, the sun does not set, and in winter, the sun does not rise. Okay. What is Expedition 10? Okay, so this is a website that goes hosted by people who go to Antarctica. Ice storms. Oh. So it gets warm enough where plankton can grow in the water and feed everything. That's cool. What was your favorite part about Antarctica? That must have been pretty surreal. So, you were on the boat most of the time, I would imagine, right? Did you get off the boat? For some reason, in my head, Antarctica is just a giant chunk of ice that's frozen. Maybe that's not true. Icebergs. Nice. So there's actually land and stuff there. Well, obviously, yeah, it's a continent, so there has to be land. Okay, so the Antarctica is the southern part, right? And then Arctica is the top part. Whoa, S Cube, are you in India right now, or are you just from India? What am I looking for on Facebook? I'm looking for Celebrity Eclipse Antarctica. Celebrity Eclipse Antarctica. Oh, here we go. So you're from India. Where are you living now? Whoa, Jesus. Dang, man. That's an intense cruise. It's like a freaking... Holy shit. That looks insane. Let's see, they probably got photos, right? What? They only have 2 photos? Just of the ship, huh? Well, it's a pretty badass ship. Oh, Jaipur. SQ, are you the one who contacted me on WhatsApp and email? Have we been talking? Is this you? I'm talking to somebody from Jaipur. But they're living there right now. So if I go to the posts, I can find some photos. Oh, awesome. Cool. Good to see you, man. This probably won't be too much about dropshipping, unfortunately, but I don't know. Maybe. I always say that. I say that I don't want to talk about dropshipping, but then everybody just wants me to talk about dropshipping, so we'll see. Okay, let's see. Oh, maybe I can get away with watching a little bit of this video. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to just take little snippets like this. There we go. EGA stands for Efficiency Group A. Because originally I wanted to do these groups where I worked with like 4 to 10 people and helped them become more efficient and accomplish what they wanted to do. But now it's kind of turned into this where I just host a call, and whoever joins, we talk about that. And the goal really is to establish relationships with people and get people comfortable. Like, I forget that I'm used to making YouTube videos like religiously. I just bleed YouTube videos. So I don't think about like the fact that when you're on a video, you're exposing yourself to tons and tons of people, and that's intimidating. So a lot of people don't want to be on the Mastermind call because it's live streamed and recorded, right? So we'll see. So Johnny is learning about funnels. Oh, like ClickFunnels, like marketing. Me too, man. It's actually funny. So I've been doing like loads of content on Skillshare, and there's a lot of marketing stuff on Skillshare. But if you search for ClickFunnels, let's see what comes up. Sales funnels, PPC. What is PPC? Pay per click. Okay, gotcha. And I can actually show you. So I haven't done any content about this yet, but I've been getting used to Google Ads for the past like month, and I'm trying to get comfortable with stuff before I make content. Because in the past, I would just make content like when I'm doing something for the first time. And I don't think that was misleading to everybody because I was being honest about it. But like, now I just want to get like comfortable, right? So I've learned a couple things about Google AdSense that's pretty interesting. So let me go to, how do I get to the analytics page? I still cannot navigate it completely. It's kind of confusing. Ah, here we go. Okay. So these are all the ads that I've done. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ads. Okay. And you can see here that my biggest mistake was in the very beginning, because I only had like 1 or 2 videos that I was advertising, and I was actually paying like I was paying like dollars a day, something like that. Google like defaults it to $20 a day, which is like, no way I can do that. So then I changed it to like $2 or something like that. What I've found is that it actually makes way, way, way more sense, and you get way better results if you do a whole bunch of different ads and you make them all super, 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 super cheap, because you can see how drastically these rates vary. Like, right, like this ad has a 93% view rate, right? This one, 1.5. So it's relevant to understand that the only reason this one has a 93% view rate is because the advertisement is 7 seconds. So they can only skip it for 2 seconds of the ad. So most people actually end up watching the whole ad because it's so incredibly short, right? But I'm a little bit confused about this because, okay, like YouTube has videos about making 5-second ads because those are the unskippable ones, right? But then if you actually make an ad that's less than 11 seconds, you get this like error message that shows that it needs to be 11 seconds or more to get counted as a view. And I don't really understand what that is yet. And like I said, I'm still new into Google AdSense. But it's pretty interesting. So the main comparison you can see on this page is if you look at the cost and the earned views. So an earned view is when somebody who has never looked at my YouTube channel before goes to my YouTube channel and watches a video after seeing an ad that I did. So essentially that means that if you have more earned views, you are increasing the rate at which your channel is growing and being exposed, right? And so because I'm only using like pennies, like my total budget for a month now is like, okay, 20 cents per day. That's, okay, 10 cents per day is $3 a month, right? So each 20 cent is $6 a month. So $12. This one is I'm paying a bit more for. But you know, in total I have less than like, I'm spending like less than like $40 on this per month. But it's been interesting. I'm trying to get better about marketing and ads because it's what I'm super weak at. And originally the reason I was doing this is because so my main focus now is on creating courses and teaching people and figuring out how to do that effectively and monetize it, right? Because compared to dropshipping, course creation is ludicrously good money. Like I've put like less than 100 hours into my dropshipping course, and it's earned me over $17,000. And like that's why it's so hard, honestly, for me to get back into dropshipping, because it makes so much more sense for me to just get really good at finding information on the internet and then making it more accessible to people, because that's essentially what the dropshipping course is. It's not like it's like a perfect strategy to dropship. It's not even a guide about how to dropship. It's just a bunch of information in one place so that people don't have to look for it everywhere, right? It makes it more convenient. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that with other subjects, right? Also because dropshipping is inherently constantly changing and doesn't have a whole lot of stability. So by having a whole bunch of courses about a whole bunch of different processes and subjects, that gives me the stability that I want, right? However, I'm a little bit like disenchanted with Udemy because my first course did so well, but then all my other courses don't do well. And it has caused me to feel like I'm doing something wrong, or I should look at something different. And ultimately, the way I feel about Udemy now is that when you create courses with it, you really have to be very good at marketing. And the only reason this course did well, and right now it's doing really badly because of the situation with eBay, but the only reason that this course did well is because I was running the YouTube channel, and because that essentially meant that I had a whole market of people who were going to purchase the course. Even though I didn't know anything about marketing, I was doing the marketing without realizing it. And for all the other courses, like I'm trying to learn about marketing, but it's really tricky. Just the growth is so slow, if that makes sense. Like I'm actually really surprised that this course has earned $14 this month, and in total it's earned like $150. So that's actually pretty good. It is growing, and I'm really happy with the YouTube course. But Udemy is really tricky. Like it's hard to know what to do once you've created a course. Like you obviously it's to create another course, but like the way Udemy works, it's just a bit complicated. Like you really, like I could keep creating courses, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I would grow on Udemy. Whereas on Skillshare, it's so freaking easy. Like Skillshare is, one second, someone has a dropshipping question. Okay, Ninlai says, how do I compete with dropship without tax exemption? So you have to try and use different sources. Because if you're having trouble competing and you can't get tax exemption, this means that there's too much competition in the sources that you're using. So you got to use a source that doesn't have as much competition, or post kinds of items that don't have much competition. For example, if I was still drop shipping, and like if I really applied everything that I learned, what I would be doing is drop shipping, but only posting super expensive items, like at least $300 or $400 up to like $1,000 or $2,000. Just because dropshipping is really stressful anyway, and most people they can't handle the cash flow or the stress or the worries from having more expensive items. So there's way less competition for more expensive items. And the biggest lesson I learned from all the bulk posting, right? Because I posted over 350,000 unique items in my lifetime drop shipping. And the most interesting lesson I learned from that is that sell-through rate doesn't change much at all based on price. Like it changes a little bit. But because most people post cheaper items, very few people are able to post items that cost for like a grand or so, right? And these high ticket items, it's possible to price them in a way where when they sell, you earn like $200 or $300. And just think about how many sales at $1 or $2 profit per sale you would have to get to earn that much money. Like you can set up a high ticket drop shipping store that only has a sale every other day and be earning multiple thousands of dollars a month. The problem is that you have to be able to handle the cash flow and you have to be able to handle the stress and you have to be preventative with the fraud and stuff. Because when you have these really big transactions, like 1 in 4 or 1 in 3 of them are going to be fraudulent. So you have to catch the fraud before the customer does so that you can't get in trouble for it. Because if PayPal sees that you're having all these cases against you, they're really not going to like that. Same with eBay. But if you catch them before the platform does, then there's no problem because you already refunded the person. There's no problem, right? The person can't open a claim against you because the money's already been given back to them. And so this is what was happening towards the end of my dropshipping lifestyle. I wasn't earning that much money from the bulk posting, but I was earning money from all of these really, really, really big sales, especially when I was using Card Bazaar, because I could get Amazon purchasing accounts for $1,000 worth of gift cards for like $900, right? It was insane. There were like individual sales that earned like $300, that kind of thing. And so for some reference, let's say at like $200 per sale, after 5 sales, you have the ability to fully refund a sale if something goes wrong and be breaking even. And inevitably, that kind of stuff does happen. And I'm just talking about this because if I am to get back into dropshipping at some point, I know that it's going to be with high ticket stuff once I've established cash flow somewhere else. The only hesitation I have is that it would put stress on my PayPal account, and I like live on my PayPal account right now. So a part of me is hoping to just wait until eBay transitions over to Aiden, because then I can do stealth with eBay and use Aiden and not worry about screwing over my PayPal account because it's not with PayPal. But that's still going to be a while. Like some people are put into the beta of the payment processing system Aiden at the moment, but it's going to be like 2 or 3 more years before Aiden is the default payment processor for eBay. And who knows what eBay is going to be like by then. Like, who knows? And that was another thing that was interesting about those expensive items. So when I would get these sales, like I had sales for like $1,200, $1,300, $900, these price points, right? And I would look at the competition and like, every single time I was either the only person selling the item or one of like 2 people. And what's interesting about that is even if you're flagged as a drop shipper, those sales would still happen because the way the drop shipping flag works is that, okay, eBay has a bunch of accounts, right? And they have accounts that are flagged as drop shippers, which means all of their items are flagged as drop shipping items. So the algorithm will show non-drop shipped listings first as long as they exist. But in the case of the sales I was getting, they didn't exist. So I was still getting the sales because I was the only person selling the item. And even though eBay knew I was drop shipping, it didn't matter because nobody else was selling the items that I was selling because they were so expensive, right? And it's like one thing to just, if you post a couple items and you try and do a lot of research, it's kind of hard to find items that are that expensive and nobody else is selling. But I would just post thousands and thousands of $1,000 items, and inevitably I would find a bunch that other people weren't selling. And so I targeted items on Amazon that could ship in 2 days, specifically because, if there were problems or something, I could get the money back quickly. Oh yeah. Okay, so what kind of costly products are safer to list on eBay? Things that aren't heavy and things that ship quickly. That's really the main thing you want. You want items that ship within like 2 days and that aren't freight shipping, because that is one thing that you really have to avoid is the super heavy items, because they take longer to ship and returning them is a pain. So for example, let's say we go to Walmart, and we search for, like, let's see, entertainment unit or a couch. We can obviously find a couch that costs like $800, right? But this would not be a good thing to use with the strategy that I'm talking about. Why did this price range not work? Okay, that's kind of weird. But you get my point. Like, don't ship. Okay, like, here's an example of something. This is super heavy. Lots of items here. You want to... Actually, what would be good is to have a metric that divides the weight of the item by the price. So you would want to use something with a really high dollar value per pound. Whereas this, even though it's $600, it would actually have a low dollar value per pound because it's so heavy. So what I was doing is I was going to Amazon. And again, I was able to get purchasing accounts on Amazon and get 10% off of the whole purchase. So if I sold something at break even for $1,000, I earned $100. And then what I would do is I would do a search. How was I searching for stuff, actually? I don't remember how I narrowed the search down, because I would only do Prime items. And then I would... Yeah, because you can't always search it by price. Maybe if we browse by category, maybe that'll work. There was some way to get it to show all of the right kind of items. I'm trying to remember what it is, though. Recently viewed. How do we browse by category? I don't even remember. Here, that's right. So let's look at this. You kind of want to be careful with electronics, but let's just use it as an example, because they are a high dollar value per pound, right? So we're trying to find a search that allows us to filter the search by price, right? So smart device. Do we have a price filter here? Why is there no price filter? That's so frustrating. I think I used a third-party tool. One second. Amazon searcher. Jungle search? We want something we don't need to make an account with. Keywords. The keyword, okay, we're just going to pick a category. Let's go to electronics. So electronics isn't a good example because electronics have a higher return rate, and there are problems with them. Like for example, if you ship something through GSP and it arrives and it's electronic and it doesn't work, you are liable. Whereas if you ship like something that can break, like physically actually break or has glass in it, and then it arrives and it's broken, then GSP is liable. Whereas with electronics, it's pretty common for them to just not work, in which case you're liable, because as far as GSP is concerned, it wasn't damaged during shipping and there's no way they can prove that. Whereas for the other items, if they're broken, then typically it's because they were damaged during shipping. So what we're looking for is minimum price like $700, maximum price like $1,100. And we want it to be eligible for Prime. I guess that's all. Will this tool work? It just opened the electronics page. That's not useful. All categories. Keywords. Okay, let's pick a keyword. Let's do just the letter A. Minimum price, 700, 1100. Did Amazon like remove their price search or something? Okay, here we go. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, okay. Yeah, so here we go. We have some decent examples. This is super specific. I don't know why this audio CD is $880. But say that there was a lot of demand for this. This would be a good example of the kind of product that I'm talking about. Because it's not expensive, it's light, and it ships quickly. So if something were to go wrong, you could get it returned quickly and get your cash flow and get the money back into your cash flow. You really want to avoid things like, okay, like this. See, it says Prime free delivery. If we look at it closer, I would be super surprised if it has 2-day shipping. So free delivery by Tuesday, and today is Friday. So that's pretty fast. But that's actually not that horrible. That would be possible. Then there's things like this. And so if you're selling electronics, it's okay, but I would probably not do GSP with these kind of high ticket items, just because then you have to deal with if there's an international return. Whereas domestically, like, you're going to get returns sometimes, but it's really not that bad at all, because it ships so quickly that you can get the money like back into your cash flow within like a week. Like, say that there's a return case happening. You ship the order gets placed, it arrives 2 or 3 days later, the customer returns it within 1 day, and then you get your money back 2 or 3 days later, and that's within a week, right? Super awesome. Simon's not here. Nobody's here, guys. We're just chilling. Sad. All right, I gotta share the link real quick again. Invite. Copy URL. And I'm going to Skype. How you doing, Dan? I'm trying to get Lior to join the call. That would be cool. If you opt out of GSP, then don't worry. I used to use GSP a lot. But in the case where you're using high ticket items, like more expensive items, you want to avoid GSP, just because it makes things more complicated. So this is the creator of AutoDS that I'm talking to right now. I'm trying to get him to join this live stream so that you guys don't have to just listen to me rant about stuff. But yeah, that's I guess that's that. That's what I would do. Yeah, next day delivery is even better, man. And so in that case, you would just make sure that you want to make sure that you're delivering to the place that your source is from. So even if you're based in India, if you're doing these more high ticket items, then you would be like, you know, selling only into the UK from Amazon UK. However, it is really important to understand, especially like what you mentioned, if you are having you have a family and you're relying on this, you need multiple sources of income. you cannot rely just on drop shipping. It changes too much. It's one thing if you have your own drop shipping store on like Shopify and you know how to use traffic and it's reliable. When it comes to eBay drop shipping, you really have to be careful. And I strongly, strongly, strongly encourage you to, like, you can drop ship on eBay, that's fine, but you need to figure out other ways to earn money. You use drop shipping to get you capital and then put that into other things that are more reliable, especially if you have a family. It is irresponsible to only rely on eBay drop shipping for your income because it inevitably will always change. That is, like, anytime you are drop shipping on a platform like eBay or Amazon, you need to have multiple sources of income in order to have stability for the times where something happens or the platform is changing or an account gets banned and you have to restart. It's super, super, super important. And I know that's intimidating, but it's really something you have to think about because you cannot have true stability if you are drop shipping on eBay. It's just highly unlikely. Like, there's a very, very, very small amount of people who are able to obtain that stability. Like if you know Joanne Balu, you can follow her. So you can, let me just type it in the chat. Joanne. Whoa! Lior joined! Oh my god! What's up, man?
Hey, how are you?
Hey! Normally there's other people in this call and we meet every Friday. And it's like to hold each other accountable and that kind of thing. But nobody's here today.
So not very clear. We are on, like, live now?
Yeah, you're live on YouTube. But don't worry, there's only like 5 people watching, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, I don't worry. It's not a problem to be on YouTube. Just I'm now some a little bit of it, but now a co-working space to check my.
That looks cool. Cool environment.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's like a coffee shop where you can come and just buy anything to do, like coffee or something. And then you can just sit here and make it. It's very nice. A lot of e-commerce people here, a lot of dropshippers of Shopify, Amazon people.
Is it nighttime where you are?
Now it's 8:30 p.m.
Yeah, it's 7:30 a.m. for me.
A bit different.
Yeah. Dan says hello. Somebody
Hello.
who's watching.
Let me go to the chat and so also this one. EGA meeting number 5. What is EGA?
Efficiency Group A. It's like a training about being, what's the word? Being more effective with your time, that kind of thing. But
Nice.
because it's live streamed and recorded, people are quite hesitant to actually join. So I need to do it every week for like months and months to build awareness of it and get more practice myself and all that fun stuff.
Nice.
There is actually one guy who's regular, like he's been on every single call except this one. His name's Jason. He's really, really interesting. I've been having a lot of fun working with him. Pretty diligent guy. I'm not sure where he is actually. It's kind of unusual for him not to be here.
Hey Dan, hey SQ.
Yeah, so for some reference, S-Cube is he lives, or he's from India, in Jaipur, and he has a family and relies exclusively on dropshipping income for his family, and his sales have gone down. So he's trying to figure out how to fix that solution, or fix that problem. And so I was just saying how, like, really dangerous to rely that much in that situation on dropshipping, and you should have multiple income streams and that kind of thing. But aside from that, if there's anything you want to recommend to him. Yeah, Sanjay. His name's Sanjay.
I don't see the question.
He didn't ask. I just know because I've been emailing him, and now he's participating in the live stream, so I know about his situation.
Okay. So can you please repeat the question?
Mm-hmm. I'll actually be right back. I need to pee real quick.
So can you repeat the question so I can answer here? Jack? Ah, yeah. So guys, you can ask me anything that you want for now in the chat. So I can answer. Yeah, I can see the questions. I didn't really prepare anything, just Jack wrote me on the side that he is now live and I just jumped in. So actually I don't even know sure if I can speak. Just ask. But you can ask me anything. I see that we have like 6 people watching right now. So I'm not sure if you're dropship pros or not because I don't really know this program which Jack's run. But just ask. If you want to ask about time management, I will be also happy.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Hey.
So if you want to tell them about the thing you're doing on YouTube, that'd be cool. You're doing that series of 100 videos, right?
Yeah, I started in our YouTube channel about a series about 100 videos daily. Every day I release one new video about dropshipping, how to do right dropshipping, about eBay selling. I will soon release also things about time management, how I manage our people in AutoDS. So you can follow up.
Let's see, I'll show, so the live stream's showing what my screen's looking at right now. So I'm going to YouTube, and it's on the main AutoDS channel, right?
Yeah.
AutoDS.
There is a playlist of 100.
The most recent one was 6 reasons why you must start working with expensive items.
Yeah.
Ha, that's pretty funny. I was just just talking about that.
Today?
Yeah, no, that was what like the first part of this whole live stream was about. Cool. Yeah, so if you guys are watching, you can go to YouTube, search for AutoDS, and then check out their YouTube channel. And Lior is posting one video every day related to dropshipping. He's trying to do this for 100 days. And he knows a lot. It's a lot of information. And he's actually currently dropshipping. Unlike me.
At least you're honest. Many other people are saying that they do dropshipping.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine.
I use AutoDS and set my policies on eBay. What do you mean then? I have tried shipping, but shipping issue. You should check that your country is set to China when you work with AliExpress, and that the policy is also from China. Because if not, it can confuse and it will not.
Holy shit. What's that? Chris is here. Chris, what's up? This is so Chris, for reference, this is the group that anybody can join. And there's this one other individual who's been in every single call, and there was a second individual who was also in the call, but neither of them are here today. But today we have Lior, and Lior is one of the other dropshipping software developers. So you talked to Nahar, Chris. Lior knows Nahar from Zik Analytics.
Yeah.
So this is Chris, who runs the Daily Refinement YouTube channel. and he's a super well-connected eBay seller. Like he goes to the eBay events. Like when all the stuff that I know about eBay physical sellers is through being part of his call, which I'm actually joining in like 30 minutes. You're up early today, Chris. Normally this is like you're asleep at the beginning of the call. You're up early.
I like eBay's events. It's always a good place to learn a lot. For example, my bad.
So what's the name?
Any specific that you can talk about me? What do you want to ask?
Oh, I was gonna ask. Well, I was gonna ask an irrelevant, boring question. So Chris said that 58% of eBay's business comes from outside the U.S. I didn't know it was that much, but it makes sense, considering it's like the biggest international marketplace there is, and even people in Nicaragua know about eBay, even though eBay doesn't like have much delivery to Nicaragua.
I think that eBay should focus on outside of the US because in the US some of them are strong.
Yeah, it's like it's what makes eBay different than Amazon, but eBay's focusing on the things that make it like Amazon. It seems dumb to try and compete with Amazon at what Amazon does best, but you know, it's always easier to look at a company from outside the company and feel like you know what they should do, just like with people. It's always easier to look at your friend and be like, this is what you're doing wrong. But really, only they know what they can, well, you know, whatever.
Actually, that's also what I'm always saying, that eBay's SEO knows what he does. So you can't really stay outside of eBay and say blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But it's always interesting to think about this.
So what's the name of this co-working space you're at, and which you're in Thailand still right now, right?
Yeah, it's called the camp.
The camp.
Yeah.
The camp co-working Thailand. Camp at Maya?
Yeah.
Maya Lifestyle Shopping Center.
In 2 days I met all 4 dropshippers. Like, only here, only this place.
I'm loading its main web page. Whoa, that's funny. Look guys, Lior's there, you can see it in the background, and then look at the website. It's the same place. They have some cool, can you show us the bookshelves? Are there bookshelves?
Bookshelves?
Yeah, on their website it shows a bunch of bookshelves next to, oh my god, they're there! So you could take any of those books?
Yes, I don't know who has time here for this.
Is anybody in there reading a book, or are they all on laptops? Whoa, those are the bookshelves in the picture.
Yeah, actually most of them are learning. But it's like separated to 2 groups. The one is these people who learning, the study, and the other group is e-commerce people.
Nice. And so is that a purposeful separation, or it's just like how it plays out?
No, not really. I just mean two types of people.
Gotcha.
By the way, for my partner.
Nice. Yeah, you mentioned that he was arriving like last time we talked. He was arriving like the next day or something like that.
Yeah, he lives in New York, and he joined me here. That's how we meet.
Nice.
Okay.
What's up,
hey,
man?
Jack. You're live on YouTube.
Yeah. Don't worry. This live stream doesn't really count. There's only 5 people watching, so that's not a real live stream. It's different when there's like hundreds of people, because then it's like, whoa.
Yeah. I think it's the first time that I show Michael with it.
They have 300 megabit per second Wi-Fi. Is that
How do you
real?
know?
They claim
How
to
do you know?
have AIS ultimate Wi-Fi 300 megabits per second, fastest speed in Thailand.
Yes, actually, you can buy here anything for like $2, and if you buy something for $2, so you can get a Wi-Fi for 2 hours.
Huh.
It's free, and the place is free. So just buy
Wait, so
coffee.
you could just go there and like buy food and use the internet because you're buying food?
Yeah, exactly. You get something like this. It's a code for 2 hours.
Huh.
You just need to buy this.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's like what I do for Starbucks when I travel, except. Do you find that
Yeah,
the people
it's
there are approachable? Because like what I've noticed about co-working spaces is that like on one hand there's a lot of really interesting, well-educated people usually, but on the other hand they're usually so immersed in what they're doing and listening to headphones that you can't really like interact with them because they're in the middle of stuff all the time. You know what I mean?
It depends on two things. The first one is the people,
Yeah.
and the second one is the place, like the city. I worked in Bangkok before, which is a big city like New York, and there people really don't talk with anyone. They just come to the office and start working. Sometimes I like it if I have a lot of work.
Yeah.
But here people are much more warm, like much more communicating. Very, very nice. And, like, in Bangkok, you can sit near someone full day without anyone, and here it's not happening.
That's cool. Yeah, some of the most interesting conversations I've had have been when I've just been like hanging out and then I happen to like see someone who's doing something interesting and they ask them a question, or somebody asks me something and initiates it. Like it's pretty cool. And it is the same thing in the US. Well, in a lot of places in the US, like we're constantly surrounded by people, yet we often feel lonely and don't interact with people. Like you get on the subway and everyone's just like, shh. And then you try and talk to them and they're like, what the fuck you doing? Why are you trying to talk to me?
I know that New York is very like this. I've been with my partner for 1 month now. People there, even if they sit in the same office, they don't communicate. It's great. Like, I came from Israel. In Israel, people are very, very, very warm, very communicative.
Communal.
Yeah, it's not something that happening in Israel. Like if you sit with someone in the office, on the first day, you will go with him to lunch or something like that.
Yeah. That's kind of an interesting thing about America, is that it's not it's no like, okay, obviously you can't say one thing is true about all Americans because it's not, right? So I'm saying this with a grain of salt, but from my experience living in America versus overseas, like most overseas countries are much more communal and they're much more about like relationships with people and spending time together. Whereas in the States, there's so much more focus on the individual and like the things the individual has. And it's kind of funny because like a lot of my American friends, they've done everything right. Like they've gotten a degree, gotten a fancy job, but they're depressed and suicidal because they don't actually have real solid relationships with people they care about. And it's kind of sad how they have so much. They literally have everything physical that they would need to be happy, but they're not happy because they were raised in a society that doesn't value the things a human needs to be happy. And so they just get stuck in this loop of like getting more, but not really being able to appreciate all of it. And it's a really sad situation. Maybe that's just the people I know in the States, but I feel like it's a lot of people.
Usually the people who work from different places, like here, the digital nomad, it's like totally different. People are living only from their bed, and it's enough for them. Like
Yeah.
only from clothes and two things which they are taking them to any place, but they can't really take the whole things. And it's nice.
Yeah, it's a cool lifestyle. I'm excited to I'm sure I'll do more traveling later, and because I wanted to visit Thailand. That was like my goal, but then the Nicaragua thing happened and I got involved with the community here, and it's like, well, Nicaragua is way closer than Thailand, and I actually had plans to go to Thailand in February, so last month. But I ended up deciding that why should I go to a place where I don't know anybody when I can go to a place that has the same cost of living, where I already have an amazing community of people who love me and support me. And right now that's what I need, so I can, get like my courses and Skillshare stuff off the ground and all that. So let's see. S Cube said, why don't you visit Bangkok via India?
Check, I just got a message from someone who is here, another YouTuber who want to meet me.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I will go. I was really happy to come here. It was very spontaneous. It was nice. So see you guys, and thank you, Jack. Bye bye.
Yeah, no worries. See you, Lior. Thanks for joining. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Back to just me and you guys. Okay, so let's read what Dan says. That is driven by a capitalist society. The US talks about family first, yet it is usually last in all the name of getting further ahead. Yeah, it's tricky. I don't know though, because I feel like I focus a lot on relationships with people and being good to people and this kind of thing. But like I'm completely capitalist. Like I definitely believe that if you have money, you can do absolutely anything, even if you live in a repressive government. So if you want to be able to truly make a difference in the lives of people you love, you need to get involved in like your own business and be able to have money so that you can actually have influence. And like, I don't have any resentment towards the capitalist way because it enables me to literally be whoever I want, surround myself with whoever I want, do whatever I want, and be whatever I want. So like, it's tricky though, because a lot of people, like big companies, have fucked over tons of people. And most people believe that money leads to like these bad things happening. But it's tricky. Super tricky, right? Touchy subject for a lot of people too. Oh man, Jason never showed up. That's so sad. Oh, I miss his energy. Simon didn't show up either. I bet that means he didn't do the yeah, there was a project he was supposed to work on. That's fine though. QQ. Oh man. Well, got like 10 more minutes before my next call. If you guys want to chat about anything specific, just let me know in the chat. The Financial Freedom Network says hello, everybody. What's up, man? What's going on? Trying to figure out stuff to talk about because I'm the only person in the call today. I need to find more YouTubers. YouTubers are way more willing to be on a recorded call than other people. It's kind of sad too, because like, so one of the things I've learned about people and success is that we, like when it comes to really changing your life, it's easy to think that your life isn't changing because you don't know the right information. But usually it's because, like, okay, I'm talking from my personal experience. The act of putting myself out there, showing my face, and sharing my thoughts online changed my life faster and more exponentially than anything else that I have ever done. And that's why when people are super, super hesitant to get on a call and show their face and talk and show their vulnerabilities, like, I understand, but at the same time, that is literally what changes your life, the act of doing that. So I get a little bit frustrated because of this, because like, it's easy to think that, oh, if you just knew the right strategy, you could do something and then be the person you wanted to be and earn money and whatever. But really, the key to success is about exposing yourself to uncomfortable situations and just getting so used to that that you can handle anything. Like, you know, like for me personally, like I got known as a drop shipper despite the fact that I wasn't earning that much money drop shipping. And I went through a huge insecure phase in my life because there was another YouTuber talking shit about me and saying really bad things. And I'm a really sensitive person. So I was really hurt. And, you know, some people might look at the fact that I had exposed myself online and gone through that as like a bad thing. But it like really hardened me because now like in my personal life, like I'm really hard to phase because of all of the stuff that I've done on YouTube. Like I've exposed the most vulnerable parts of myself online. So it's so easy for me to just be myself, right? And that's why like one of the reasons I'm doing this call is because I really want people to join because it doesn't even really matter what we talk about or what we learn. What matters is the act of exposing yourself and making yourself able to be contacted by the outside world. Most people have this paranoia and this fear of the rest of society that holds them down. We think that everyone's out there to fuck us over, but really, like, if you expose your vulnerabilities, then people relate to you and they want to help you and they want to be helped as well. And you create connections. And like everything in my life, like I live a life now where I can do anything that I want at any time. I can be anywhere. And I'm not rich, but I'm in a position where I have all the time I need to figure out how to earn a lot more money if that's something that I want to do. And the only reason I'm in this position is because I exposed myself on YouTube and exposed all my vulnerabilities. And I like, that's why it's so tricky for me, because it's not about the information. It's about the act of putting yourself out there and making yourself public. That really is the thing that changes everything. But it's also the thing that so few people are like willing to do, you know? Thanks, S-Cube. Sorry. I'm not saying your name right because I'm worried about mispronouncing it. I apologize. Sanjay. Thank you. So, the Financial Freedom Network, tell us about your YouTube channel. What do you do? How's YouTube been for you? Thanks, guys. Yeah, it's funny how vulnerability is, it's both the thing that deters people from sharing, but also the single most rewarding thing to share. So, okay, let's go to this YouTube channel. Bum, bum, bum. YouTube, the Financial Freedom Network. That's awesome, man. Yeah. Oh, hey, nice.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sarwat Udin.
Oh, cool. I think I've looked at your channel before. Dude. Cool. Hey, you talked with Nahar. I like your thumbnails, man. You make funny faces. They're cool. Looks solid. Tom, I recognize these people. Yo, this is a fully fledged channel. You got a lot of content here. 1 day, 2 day, week. You put out content pretty regularly too. Nice. That's awesome. I'll put a link to your channel in the here. I can actually go into the live dashboard right now and then do this. Check out the Financial Freedom Network's YouTube channel. Boop. Okay, cool. Apply? Does it apply live? I think it applies live. Whatever. That's pretty awesome. We should do a call, man. I've never talked to you on my YouTube channel. I'd be happy to introduce you to my audience and that kind of thing. What tab is the face on? Oh yeah, that's right. I have too many tabs open. It's confusing. Let's see. Bew says, how do I pronounce it? Bo. That's it. Bo Sherwood says, way to go strong in any situation. What do you think about Adam Devine's local business? Adam Davies. I don't actually know who Adam Davies is, so I guess this is where I researched that. I have like 5 minutes before I gotta go. Adam Davies. Oh, so by the way, man, if any of you want to schedule a call with me, so as long as you let me record the call and publish it to my YouTube, it's completely free. You can just go to calendly.com/Jack Pitman. It's also in the descriptions of any of my recent videos, so within the past like week or two. So you just go to this link and then you can pick. So there's 3 public options. There's the recorded topic conversation, recorded interview, and recorded Q&A. Topic conversation is just casual conversation. We talk about something, it's recorded. You pick the topic. Recorded Q&A is where you have like a list of questions that you want to ask me, and you're expecting me to do most of the talking in this video. And then a recorded interview is like the opposite of that. It's where I'm trying to get you to be the one who's talking more. And then for people who are interested in doing like affiliate work with me, there's a special link here. And then if somebody wants to do consultation with me, they can pick the subject, and it's $20 for 30 minutes. And this is the only call that's not recorded. And really, this is just to encourage people to do the recorded calls. But nobody's actually done this, and I don't really expect anybody to. But like, again, tapping into what I was talking about earlier, I get a little bit frustrated when people want to talk to me and they want advice, but they don't want it recorded because other people learn from it. Like, it's way less incentivizing for me to talk to one person when I can't record the video, because then it's only useful to that one person. And from my perspective, that one person not wanting it to be recorded is kind of selfish on their part. Like, they're getting a lot of benefit, so they should like let it be recorded. You know, it's not like someone's gonna hunt them down because they showed their face on YouTube, you know, and they don't even need to show their face. Like, they can literally just do voice. They have that option. But yeah, anyway, sorry, I got distracted there. I was researching Adam something. Adam Davies. Oh, he's a footballer. Interesting. Okay. Wait, so he has a local business? Okay, Adam Davies. Local business. Sanjay, the affiliate work is for like people who have software that they want like me to talk about on my YouTube channel. So it's typically for people like Lior who have some kind of product that they would benefit from getting some traffic to. So it's a way for them to set up a call with me, because I really don't like dealing with all the back and forth messaging on Facebook and dealing with people getting mad because I don't respond and all that. So I just have these links and I tell people set up a call. And you know, there's still some people who will just like send me a message every other week and eventually get mad that I never respond when I responded in the very beginning, telling them to just go to Calendly and set the call up. But that's just life, you know what I mean? Adam Davies course. Free online video. Wait. This is different than the footballer. Are you talking about the soccer or the football player? Or are you talking about the entrepreneurial person. Probably the entrepreneurial person. This is what's tricky about using names. But anyway, I'll check this out more later. I gotta go, guys. It was great chatting. I'm always here every week, every Friday. And anyone can join the call. If you look in the description of the YouTube video, you can see the link to the Zoom call. You could be talking and showing our faces. All right, guys. See you next time. Ciao.